this one, and then uh, I'm gonna have to
Joined now by the Daily Wire's Matt Walsh from Nashville. How's the weather, Matt? I hear it's a little chilly down there.
brace yourself. It's Piers
So we
Morgan.
got about 3 inches of snow, and it shut the whole city down. That's the way. That's why we do it here in the South. So it's been an adventure for sure.
Well, it's good to see you. Look, so much to talk about, as always, in your wheelhouse. But I want to talk about this extraordinary story about the Federal Aviation Administration actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. On the face of it, this seems plain ridiculous.
Is
Your
that
thoughts?
true? FFA diversity push to hire workers with disabilities. Is that true? FAA hire workers with disabilities. The guidelines announced in March 2022 set an annual FFA hiring goal of 3% for severely impaired employees. The listed disabilities include psychiatric and intellectual impairments, complete and partial paralysis, blindness, deafness, missing extremities, epilepsy, and dwarfism. Okay, so out of all these impairments, which are the most dangerous? Dangerous. Psychiatric and intellectual impairments, that's one. Complete and partial paralysis is definitely two, but I guess it depends. Well, complete paralysis is crazy. Okay, so two. Blindness is definitely one. I'm not gonna lie. That's three. Deafness, I feel like you could fly a plane while deaf, especially with a co-pilot. But then again, can't you do it while blind? Hey yo, I'm sorry, but oh my god, missing extremities is fine. You can miss a leg, arm, and fucking fly a plane. Epilepsy, uh, yeah, you can fly a plane. And dwarfism, I don't even know why they have it up there. Yeah, you can fly a plane as a dwarf. The typical type of guy that carries around an American flag kind of gives the American flag a bad reputation. Well, not if you add a pro-Palestinian rally. I mean, yes, I get the average. On average, yeah. But if you walking down the street with a fucking American flag, yeah. But if you had a rally or a fucking event, I don't see what the problem is. Um, I don't want to go to New York Post. The New York Post is stupid. Um, that's crazy though. Holy shit, that's crazy. How can you fly? Can you fly a plane while blind? I don't know why that's so funny to me, bro. There's no shot you can fly a plane while blind. Oh, while most pilots rely on sight, it's possible for a blind pilot to rely on sound, touch, and other adaptations instead. Adaptations allow the blind or visually impaired to live independent lives. Um, Both airline pilot vision requirements and commercial pilot eyesight requirements are the same. Distance visual acuity of 20/20 or better in each eye, with or without correction. Okay, well that's different than being blind. That's not unless blind pilots are literally the best pilots. Their heightened sense of smell really helps, like fucking Daredevil. Oh my god. Okay, man. Okay, okay. Let me see. We don't have limits. Blind pilot leaves on cross country flight. Okay. Wait. Maybe
So
I'm
this
wrong.
afternoon, a 21-year-old
That's what those
Valley
lamb bumpers are
pilot
for, so
set
blind
out
people
on
can
an
stay in their
extraordinary adventure
lane.
from Falcon Field.
So this is all part of a cross-country flight, but one where
Wait.
she will not actually
Hey,
see
yo.
the country.
Team 12's William Pitts explains.
Feel along the wing there.
Learning to fly is hard.
No blockages.
There's physics, airplane mechanics, hours of reading.
I mean, this
There's
is also a this is a small like independent airplane. This
a
isn't a
lot for
commercial.
Kaya
flight.
Armstrong to learn.
The hardest part for me has been learning how to talk to like tower and ground control.
The radio is the hardest part. Kaya lost her sight at age 14. Doctors
Aw.
don't know why. She had to relearn how to do everything blind. All those flight lessons read in Braille,
I think we're going to be
which
Damn.
getting in soon.
she only learned
Okay,
7
it's funny and everything, but you gotta be determined, have nerves of fucking steel to go through flight school while blind. Holy shit! I have so much respect for this woman. If only Amelia Earhart had be blind. She wouldn't have been as famous. Well, no, she would have been as famous actually. She
years
might
ago.
as well have been
How
blind.
are
She
you
fucking
feeling?
disappeared.
Excited. So very, very excited.
Now, Kaya's only a few minutes away from something few people, few pilots get to do. A cross-country trip from Arizona to Washington, D.C., flying blind.
She's actually really a natural at it. She's fantastic at flying. Kind of move it up and down there.
Tyler Sinclair is Kaya's instructor, and her eyes.
A lot of verbal cues.
I feel like there's easier ways to die, but you're right.
Now, I can tell her, hey, you're a little bit off. You're 10 degrees off, and she knows how much to turn.
Okay, so even her, she's flying with. I mean, this is her first flight, but it seems like you'll just be flying with a co-pilot. But that's normal in any commercial flight. How old is this video? 2022. Okay.
Honestly, the first time I heard it, I didn't believe it was going to happen. It's such a big event, and it proves to everyone that we don't have limits. And just as much as it's for everyone, it's also for myself, proving to myself that I need to stop giving myself those limits.
Because when Kaya takes the controls, there are no limits, not even the sky.
Beyond words, because you get up there and you've left the world down here behind. It gets this sort of quietness up there.
Interesting. Keep in mind, blind people have, I'm not gonna say heightened sense of hearing, but they should, better than the average bear, right? So maybe it is like different to be up there and just hearing everything and not being able to see it, just hearing the plane. Because I've been on a small plane like this. It is a different experience. It's kind of scary. It's mainly money. We'd be flying circles around her real quick if we had the cash for training. That's probably true. But after seeing this video, I changed my mind on having blind people fly. But that's crazy. Blind pilot, mashallah. but also keep in mind, there's more that goes in this FAA hiring goal. Because one, this is severely impaired employees. Like, this ain't just like slight blindness. This ain't slight psychiatric and intellectual impairments. This is like retardation. This isn't slight paralysis. This is complete and partial paralysis. You can literally be like fucking Stephen Hawking and fly a fucking. Hold on. That's what I really should be looking up. Can paralyzed people fly a plane? The Air Carrier Access Act is a law that makes it illegal for airlines to discriminate against passengers. I don't care about passengers. I'm talking about not fly on a plane, fly a plane. Well, wait. Flying as a wheelchair user. Flying has become a hell for passengers with wheelchairs. Bro. Pilot, yes. Oh my God. Like, I know they can fly on a plane. You can modify certain types of planes with hand controls, as explained by the Freedom in the Air organization that trains pilots with disabilities. This allows paraplegics, amputees, and those with limb weakness to fly. But it also said complete paralysis. How the fuck are they flying with these controls if you're completely fucking paralyzed? Like, do you blow into a tube and it fucking, you go higher? It raises the altitude, lowers the altitude? Like, I'm so confused. I don't think this diversity push isn't for pilots. It is for pilots. The FAA is literally right here. FAA hiring goal. Severely impaired employees. Oh wait, maybe it's not. Hold on, let me see. 2 paralyzed pilots take to the sky. Okay, I'm gonna look at that 1 second. FAA states that targets disabilities categories and the only protected group for which federal agencies can have a hiring goal, since severely disabled workers face the most challenges obtaining employment. This agency also claims diversity is integral to ensuring safe and efficient travel in the world. Okay, yeah. I mean, it.
Hello?
Holy fuck me. Hold on 1 second. You scared the fuck out of me. You gotta wait 1 second. Just had a conversation with some smart people who could not believe this is happening.
This time it was actually intentional.
Do you want to fly in an airplane where they prioritize DEI hiring over your safety? That's actually happening. The annual bonusing plan to reward CEO and executives for increasing profit for shareholders and prioritizing safety was changed to reward them if they hit DEI targets. The annual incentive plan will continue to be based on company financial and operational performance, business until financial performance for individual performance, but with an increased focus on operational goals. While our 2021 design incorporated operational performance in the areas of product safety, employee safety, and quality, for 2022, we will add 2 other focus areas critical to our long-range business plan: climate and diversity, equity and inclusion. The compensation committee has set goals to measure the degree of performance under each operational component, but will consider both quantitative and qualitative results following the end of the performance period in determining whether the goal has been achieved. The compensation committee also adjusted the weighings as shown below. Product safety, employee safety, quality, climate, diversity, equity, and okay. That doesn't answer my question. Push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric. Okay. You're right. It doesn't say that they have to be pilots. Maybe it's just for paralyzed janitors. Most FFA employees are not pilots. Also, most people working in the aviation industry aren't pilots. That's true. FAA. Okay, where the fuck is the actual FAA ruling? Like FAA disabilities, ruling. Not really a ruling, but they're like slammed overturning hiring goal.
What are you yapping about now?
The FAA. I mean, you would know if you just look at the stream. FAA slammed overturning goal. What is the FAA's goal? FAA national outreach. Okay, here it is. Diversity and inclusion. Let's see. Ensures that people with disabilities have equal federal employment opportunities. The FAA actively recruits, hires, promotes, retains. Okay. Targeting disabilities. Where is it? Complete paralysis is crazy, bro. Individuals with targeted disability, on the spot hiring information. Required documentation for on the spot hiring. It is our policy to ensure that individuals with disabilities have full access to equal employment. Okay. Yeah, it really doesn't say it doesn't say a goddamn thing about fucking piloting. So yeah, this is one of those. Don't get me wrong, it was funny as fuck, but I guess this is one of those things where fucking conservatives are up in arms about nothing. Content information, reasonable accommodation information on the spot, targeted disabilities. Yeah, they up in arms about shit. Are mile high prostitutes considered a part of the aviation industry? No, they still a prostitute. Oh wait, hold on. 2 paralyzed pilots take to the skies. Justin Falls, a quadriplegic pilot who learned to fly with the help of Able Flight, a non-profit organization whose mission is to offer people with physical disabilities an opportunity to learn to fly. Wheelchair. Oh, but he uses a wheelchair, so he's still partially disabled. I'm talking about someone that's completely disabled. Light sport aircraft is equipped with custom controls that incorporate throttle, rudder, and brakes into one control stick, which he operates with his left hand.
No, but quadriplegic, does that mean like he can't use his arms either?
That was my understanding, yeah. Air traffic controllers, aviation safety inspectors, airway transportation systems specialists, community planners, security inspection. I guess this is just all things that the FDA. Okay. Maybe we can just add more midget prostitutes to get people like Stephen Hawking off. Oh my God. No, he doesn't want midget prostitutes. He wanted fucking kids. Are pilots even under the FEA? Let's see. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be. FAA is recruiting pilots for mission critical operations, aviation, space, and is offering higher incentives at entry level. Yeah, FEA. Yeah, pilots are. Bump up the numbers that way. Quad means 4, so yeah, unless they have 5 of them. Yeah, I was like, come on. or are pilots hired by the airlines? Well, the FAA is federal, right? Why the fuck did it? I hate when this shit auto completes. Just fucking pick what I said. Yeah, it's the Federal Aviation Administration. You are hired, of course, by the airline, but the FAA is it regulates civilian transportation, right? U.S. Department of Transportation will regulate civilian aviation in the United States and surrounding international waters. Okay. Yeah, it's Department of Transportation subsection dedicated to air travel. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it was fucking funny. It was a good meme, but because me personally, I'm all for if you have the information or you have the ability to have these people fly. I'm all for it. People that have dwarfism, people that have partial paralysis, epilepsy, not complete paralysis, partial paralysis, missing extremities, and I seen someone blind fly. I'm sure someone deaf can fly. But psychiatric disability, severe intellectual disability, complete paralysis, you lost me there. You lost me there. Yeah, you don't have to work for the FAA to be a pilot. It's like saying you don't have to work for the Department of Transportation to fucking to work at like a well, no, I guess if you work at a DMV, you are technically working at a Department of Transportation. But yeah, I personally, didn't we already have a pilot almost crash a plane because he had a psychiatric meltdown, or was that a lie? He just lied. Severe intellectual disability is crazy. Complete paralysis is crazy. I just don't see. Mostly they're just oversight, which I think we need more people with severe intellectual disability performing government oversight. Well, we already do. Look at fucking Trump and Biden. They're barely there, and they fucking run the country. Psychiatric disability is a prerequisite for IT. Nah, shut up. Shut up. I'm not agreeing to that. That is fucking crazy. But I want to see what the fuck Pierce stupid ass. I'm not watching this video. Pierce stupid ass got to say about it. I thought that was just alcoholism.
Yeah, on the face of it seems plain ridiculous. I think when you look deeper, it still seems plain ridiculous. Now, obviously, no one is claiming that at this point they're going to hire, someone who's blind or paralyzed to actually fly, a Delta aircraft 30,000 feet in the air. So we're not.
But they could. We saw someone fly a plane, so they could do it.
Maybe we'll get to that point. We're not at that point yet. But the point is that they have decided, this goes back to, I believe it was 2013, an Obama-era initiative by the FAA, that they wanted to diversify the airline industry. And they have a lot of, several different groups that they wanted to increase their participation in the airline industry. And those with disabilities is one of those groups. Now, what you'll hear from people on the other side of this, the people that are, fans of these kinds of diversification efforts, is that, well, yeah, they're doing this, but they're not lowering the standards at all in order to do it. That's the claim anyway. And it's true that whether it's the FAA or any other institution that is putting DEI into practice and trying to diversify, none of them will come out and say, of course, none of them are going to say that we're lowering the standards. But that obviously is what ends up happening, because if you have
Why
the
is that
standards
obvious?
set a certain place, and then you ended up with like a certain number of, let's say, white pilots, and then you say, well, we don't want that many white pilots, so we want to get more of other types of people in there. Well, what do you have to do with the standards? You end up
What? Bro took it from a disability standard and turned it into a race standard. Well, if you have a bunch of white pilots and you want to introduce another race, well, you would have to lower the standards. Because how the fuck a black, Asian, fucking Indian, Hispanic, how the fuck are they going to get a pilot's license? How the fuck are they going to get with the same standards that white people have? How the fuck are they going to do that? They can't, so you have to lower the standards. Bro couldn't be not racist for 10 seconds, bro. Could not be not racist for 10 seconds. Are you joking? Wait, maybe I misheard. Maybe I misheard what he said.
let's say, white pilot place, and then you ended up with like a certain number of, let's say, white pilots, and then you say, well, we don't want that many white pilots, so we want to get more of other types of people in there. Well, what do you have to do with the standards? You end up lowering them, and that's exactly.
What? All right. I hate Walsh, but he's just referencing how they would solve the problem. No, he literally said they would have to change the standards to get other people other than white people. If he specified, okay, if we had a bunch of just pilots and we wanted to get people of mental deficiency in there, well, you would have to raise the standards. Okay, maybe that's the case. Make the case for it. But him going, yes. If we have a bunch of he specified white pilots. If you have a bunch of white pilots and we wanted to get other people in there, well, you have to lower the standards. Yes, please hop in, please. Because I'm not bugging. That's what he said. That's what he said out of his
And
mouth.
then you say, well, we don't want that many white pilots, so we want to get more of other types of people in there. Well, what do you have to do with the standards? You end up lowering them, and that's exactly what happens.
I mean, I saw that the new coach.
What the fuck? And then Pierce, of course, does not push back on this. What the fuck? I can't be asked, bro. That's literally fucking insane. Holy shit. I'm not crazy. He just said that out of his mouth. He just did.
In the NFL has replaced Bill Belichick of the Patriots. And he's immediately come out and played the race card and basically saying if you don't see color, you don't understand racism and so on. Other black coaches in the NFL have taken a very different view and said all they want to see is football and players. They don't care about what they want to see is and
what the
basically
fuck is he
saying
yapping about?
Patriots. And he's immediately
Exactly.
I think what he's saying
Hey,
is
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I think what he's saying is you pick the top 100 pilots and decide what there's too many white ones. You're going to need to pick from the top 150 instead of the top 100. But that's not what he said at all. Go ahead, Popo.
So what? All right, so he's shorthanding the argument and he's doing it poorly because he's kind of a dumbass. But the basic argument is, let's say that the score to get a pilot's license is 80. You got to get an 80 or above on some tests to get a pilot's license, right?
Yep.
And that's just the standard that it is today.
Okay.
But then the FAA goes around and they're like, hey, we've been looking at who's been getting all the pilot licenses, right? And it's all the people who get up an 80 or above, but it's like 80% white people, and we don't like that, right? We want to diversify it because it's too many white people are getting the license. So what the FAA might do in that case is they might say, okay, well, let's like drop the score requirement a little bit, because then all of the, like maybe black people are only scoring 75 on average. And so if we drop the requirement down to 75, then we can get a higher percentage of black people in. And that's like what colleges kind of do with their diversity hiring or diversity admission stuff, where they like grade on curves and stuff for different races until they got sued or whatever. But that's, I think, the argument that he's trying to present is like what they might try to do to solve it, which has nothing to do with what's actually happening. He's just making the rhetorical, conservative, whatever point, and he's doing it in a dumb fuck way. But that's the less racist version of it, right? The more like what might actually happen diversity hiring thing.
Okay, I would agree with you if he gave any evidence to prove that the
none of that shit's happening
in this hypothetical. Like even if he used in his hypothetical, okay, if the FAA has a whole bunch of only white pilots, which they definitely do not, if they have a whole bunch of only white pilots, and they show that in the data shows that there's evidence that when black people take the test, or any other race for that matter, usually their test scores just don't measure up to being able to pass the pilots to get their pilot's license. So if we're going to diversify, then we would essentially either have to increase our that's another thing too. I don't think that verbatim you would have to go, okay, other races aren't passing the pilot's license exam, so therefore let's lower the requirements to become a pilot. You could also, I think what's a good way to go about it is either to push for more people to go into, because maybe just people aren't going into that pilot's field that would be qualified to do so, and they just don't like people of
So
other races to
the
go ahead.
the real underlying facts here, because Walsh doesn't have any of the actual context on any of this, because he doesn't know anything about becoming a pilot. The real facts are there actually is a racist thing that goes into being a pilot that does filter it to being more white people but it's really more rich people. But obviously, white people represent a larger portion of the rich people than black or Hispanic but it's that you need a certain number of unpaid hours flying a plane, right? Where you're making no money and you're spending a bunch of money flying someone else, renting a plane to fly it, right? In order to get your commercial pilot's license. That's the real, actual sort of like systemic racism
So I can't.
barrier.
That's interesting. So I can't. I could go get my pilot's license, but I'll never be able to fly for like Delta unless I get a certain amount of hours flying. So the only real way I can see right now at the top of my head you could get those hours is either you know someone with a plane or you fly for like the Air Force or some shit.
Basically, yeah.
That's crazy. I never knew that. You're misunderstanding what he said, but it's a common argument for race. Who's misunderstanding me? But yeah, going back to what he said, I mean, I guess you're right. He said it in a dumb fuck way, but I can still call it off.
Which is the best you can expect from him. Like,
yeah, like
he's never gonna say something
like,
in not a dumb
I'm
fuck
like,
way.
I know I'm not being crazy. He's literally saying some racist ass shit. Like, I don't have the data sitting in front of me, but I'm not gonna automatically assume that there's I heard that getting loans to go to flight school is harder than university. I also heard it's really expensive to go to fucking flight school too. I could be wrong about that, but I heard it's expensive. Maybe not so much as like going to a fucking 4-year university, but still expensive.
Yeah, it's really expensive. You can, there are some in some states, Washington's one of them. You can go to these like trade high schools, and I believe there's an aviation high school that you can go to where you can like get a jump start on all this stuff. But I feel like you still have to pay money to go to that high school. Like, it's not a private high school, but it's like what are those, like magnet school or something like that?
What is one in New York too? What is the ranking? How old? What is the acceptance rate? Only 100 students are accepted yearly. Oh my God, yeah, good luck. Although in the 07-08 year, 124 students. Oh wow, 24 more students than average.
Oh damn, 24. Whoa, your chances that went up by 25%, man.
Right. It's much more expensive than university. Air Force, the best way if you broke. Yeah, it seems like the only way to do it is to go to the Air Force and fly a couple F-16s and then come back and then become a fucking pilot. That's wild though. That's really what's really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's Matt Walsh, but I'm surprised Piers didn't push back on that. But I guess you want to get to your point. You don't want to sit there and harp on what this dumb fuck said. But then you letting them say dumb fuck shit. This is why people say, oh, the BBC just lets people get away with fucking bullshit. Like,
I mean, it's not like Piers Morgan is fucking exactly the brightest hammer in the bag.
That's true too. But I mean, I watched enough of him that I expect, because he's such a fucking hardliner when it comes to like Israel Palestine, that it's like you gotta if you like, this is such an easy gotcha. And even if he cleans it up after the fact, like, oh yeah, I didn't really mean that. I meant like then you won't have people looking at your fucking video or channel or show and go, what the fuck did he just say? And you just didn't say anything about it.
What happens?
Yeah, but it's like, why is Matt Walsh even on? Like, all the Israel Palestine people he has on at least know something about this. Matt Walsh doesn't know fucking anything about pilots.
That's true too, probably. Like, but he probably wanted someone on the right, someone conservative to come on and bitch about it. Because, like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a good headline, because when I saw it, I was like, yo, that's fucking crazy. And that's also funny. But after doing the slightest bit of research, we realize not only does it not specify pilots, but even if it did, for certain of a few of these groups, like deaf people, blind people, missing extremities, partial paralysis, dwarfism, they can definitely fly a plane. There's no reason why they can't fly a plane. Walsh ain't cleaning it up after it's a preface to some real white supremacist shit. Probably. I don't know much about Matt Walsh, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he's some type of white supremacist dude.
I mean, he's explicitly a Christian nationalist, right? Like I don't think he's as much of a Christian nationalist as what's the other, Michael Knowles, who's like fucking hardcore. But like Matt Walsh has said a whole bunch of shit. I watch a whole bunch of his videos and I hate him every time, but it's like a hate watch for me. But he says some fucking wild shit about Christian nationalism
stuff. I started
stuff.
watching a couple Matt Walsh videos on stream, maybe not today, but usually Christian nationalists, I mean, it goes, I mean, I'm not gonna say it goes hand in hand in white supremacy, but it usually does. But then I feel like
there's a big overlap.
Yeah, but I feel like then I also would be kind of disingenuous because then you can also argue that we don't say the same thing about Jewish nationalists or Zionists. Then again, there are some Zionists that are fucking unhinged. So
yeah, and that's the thing is it's a question of what is the actual reality of it, right? Like if people who were like really loved, I don't know, pineapple on pizza were huge overlap with the KKK. Anyone who orders pineapple on pizza, you're gonna be a little sus about, right?
Yeah,
like
true.
if that's
it's like the
how
MAGA,
it works out.
Yeah, like I call it the oh my god, it's the MAGA syndrome. Pineapple on pizza is good, by the way. I wouldn't have agreed with you if you had asked me a year ago, but I got put on to pineapple on pizza recently, and it is pretty good. It depends where you get it and what kind of pineapple they use. Like if you get fucking sour ass pineapple, good fucking luck. But a nice, good, sweet pineapple, I can do it. I'm never ordering it, but if someone gets it, I'll eat it. But you know what sucks on pizza? Peppers, olives. What else do they put on it? This fucking garbage.
What olives and peppers are both delicious on pizza.
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna put them with pineapple, but like.
No, that's name one good thing about an olive. Olives in general are disgusting. First of all,
dude, olives are so fucking good.
What's
oh my
good
god,
about
I literally lived off of olives they have a lot of fat in them. Delicious oil.
Okay, so does like most meats. Like I could get a salami that has a lot of fat on it.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, and salami's delicious. You're just proving my point here. Put some fucking olives on your salami on your pizza.
You might as well just drink a fucking gallon of olive oil. I think Christian nationalism is just a dog whistle from white supremacist politicians. Not always. See, I used to be so. I'm gonna put it in terms of my hate for conservatives, right? I used to hate them because I thought they did nothing. Well, they still do, for the most part. They do nothing to push this country forward, right? But a lot of them actually believe what they like. Like they're not anti-abortion because they're like fuck women. They're anti-abortion because they generally believe that a child is born at conception and you're taking a life off this planet. And like in terms of those people, I can kind of I'm not gonna say I agree with them, but I can see where you're coming from and I can have a conversation with you. But when you're like America first, America is the land of God, and you start like saying some unhinged shit, then you lose me. The only thing Christian about them is being against abortion. There's other thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say I know everything every Christian nationalist believes because I don't. I'm not Christian nationalist. Fuck that. But yeah, olives is fucking disgusting, bro. Like, what can I compare it to? Because peppers at least is understandable. If you want to kick with your pizza, go right ahead. I wouldn't do it, but go right ahead. Olives though, they're sour. They taste like fucking asshole, and they like if you get it from a pizza place that's not an Italian pizza place, it's always like freeze dried, stale ass olives. I thought I was conservative because I'm a fiscal conservative. I'm a just liberal that's cheap as fuck. Well, here's the thing. Liberals, and unless I don't know where you live, poker face, But liberals and conservatives spend like crazy. Obviously, conservatives way more, but olives are good. But on pizza, nah. I don't know. Maybe it's a white thing. I don't know because I don't fucking like no goddamn olives. And I used to eat olives, but not by choice. It was like eat olives, and I didn't have a choice. But they fucking disgusting. All right, let me.
Maybe you just don't like them because you were forced into it.
Um,
Okay.
Well, no, because I was forced. I was forced to eat prunes when I was a kid because I had like stomach issues, and to this day I would drink some prune juice. You just can't find it. I didn't like olives until 6 months ago. And then what happened 6 months ago? What happened? The Great Olive
Six.
Awakening? Like what happened? What was 6 months ago? May, June,
Was it
July?
the attacks on Israel? Is that
Oh
what
shit!
triggered his olive love?
I ate an olive and somehow liked it. Okay. I mean, I guess I feel that way about like fresh, real coconut. I used to. I mean, I still don't like coconut, but I got drunk and broke a coconut open with some friends of mine, and now I like
Thai
coconut milk.
coconut is so fucking good. I
You, s-
love like Thai coconut.
what's the difference? Oh, the green one, right?
It's so they're younger and they like okay, so have you ever tasted the difference between old coconut and like young uh like juvenile coconut or whatever?
No, but I feel like this is. I feel like you're setting me up for something. If you're trying to reveal
No,
to
no, this is
me,
not a setup.
if you're trying to reveal to me your age preference, please, 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 please.
No, no. So I grew up in Hawaii. So one of the places coconuts grow, you can actually get them. So you can get them when they're like fully ripened or whatever, or you can get them before that, and they're
Uh,
like softer before that, and they're like a little bit. They taste more like a nut rather than like I, I don't know what the fuck normal coconut tastes like itself, right? But like they taste more like walnutty or cashewy or something, like more nut flavor rather than just the coconut flavor.
what? I don't know. I've only had. I guess it would be an old coconut because it sat forever. And I just drank the milk. I can't do. I'm getting so many KFC rap ads. Okay, today. Well, I don't know because after this, I'm probably gonna take a nap. But even like before the next stream, I'm gonna tackle these ads because this is getting annoying. Can you pick which ads you put up? KFC. KFC is good, but it's not better than Popeyes. I don't know if you guys have Popeyes in the UK, but it's fucking delicious. Holy shit. You would like it, Bob Marley, because you like spicy. KFC don't really have spicy. It's like mild ass fucking soggy chicken.
in the NFL has replaced Bill Belichick of the Patriots. And he's immediately come out and played the
Okay.
race card and basically saying if you don't see color, you don't understand racism and so on. Other black coaches in the NFL have taken a very different view and said all they want to see is football and players. They don't care about what color they are. And it struck me as sort of a bizarre stance to take because the vast majority of players, for example, in the NFL are black. I think nearly 70%. What did you make of that when you heard it?
Well, I think if you are, if we're getting to the point where we can find anti-black racism in the NFL, well, then just the concept means nothing anymore. As you point out, I think it's like 70 to 80%.
If we can find anti-black rhetoric in the NFL, then it doesn't mean anything anymore. What the fuck does that mean? If you can find it in, that's like saying if I can find anti-black racism in fucking in Africa, then what does it mean? Like there's anti-Jewish Jews, there's anti-black black people, there's anti-white white people. What the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't diminish the fucking racist act. Am I bugging here? Like what is it? Then again, you did say this motherfucker doesn't know what he's talking about half the time, so
Yeah, he obviously doesn't know what he's talking about, but I'm gonna try and interpret this statement. Is it like if we can find it in the NFL, then it doesn't push like then it's clearly not something which pushes black people out of an industry. Is that what do you think?
well, if that, I mean, but that can't be what he means because if that was the case, then I mean, people don't hire football players based on their like um whether they're what's the word I want to use? Like they hire them based on their ability. I think he means if a black dominated sport or area like the NFL is being anti-black, then I don't fucking know. I think he means you can't be racist against blacks in the NFL because there's too many. But then that's stupid as fuck too. I think he's just being stupid as fuck. I generally, it's like,
Hey, you can't be racist against blacks in slavery because it was majority black. So
I mean, you can't be racist against black in slavery because they weren't seen as humans. But
oh, true. It's not racism if they're not
yeah,
human,
it's
right?
not racism. It's just fucking like it's like saying I don't like dogs. Keep in mind, this is only me joking here. I don't want nobody that's new to the stream think I'm some anti-black fucking retard.
What did you make of that when you heard it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it
Well,
again.
I think if you are, if we're getting to the point where we can find anti-black racism in the NFL, well, then just the concept means nothing anymore. As you point out, I think it's like 70 to 80% of players in the NFL are black. The NFL, if you take all the different positions on the field and on the sidelines, it is, black people are vastly overrepresented when you compare them to the 13% of the overall population. So if we're looking for racism even there, then it's just the entire concept is totally meaningless.
Okay, if we're looking for racism there, then the concept of racism is meaningless. So if we're looking at the NFL, the NBA has a vast majority of African Americans. If we're looking at fucking long distance running, then it's lost all meaning because we're looking there for racism of all places. Okay, that's what he means. He's saying that if we're looking there, then we're scraping the bottom of the barrel looking for racism. But that doesn't ignore the other racist institutions or the racism in the United States or the world. Just because people are looking there doesn't mean there is no racism anywhere else.
Okay. So that's a better interpretation of what he's saying, I guess. But I think it is evidence, though, right? So if you were dropped into a society, right, that you knew nothing about, and you were trying to determine, is this society, like, it's, year 2100, and you're like, is the society still racist, right? And you're looking at news media reports of racism, but the racism that they're talking about is like the most mild, nothing shit, right? Then you'd be like, oh, okay, I guess, it's like pretty much gone in the year 2100 or whatever.
Okay.
So I think that's the base of his argument. Now, I don't know what he's actually talking about here to substantiate that as like valid, because that would only be the case if
that would only be the case in
there was
2100, and you know nothing about the year 2100. And I just got shipped to 2100, but I live in 2024, and I know there's racism about like through any group, not just black people, including white people, including Asian people, including Indian people. Like, there's racism. So his argument only stands if people were actually like, okay, we can't find racism in media, we can't find racism at schools, we can't find racism in day-to-day life, so let's check football and see if there's racism there so we can talk about racism. Like, if this was a racist news article, like news media group, and they were like, we only talk about racism, and then they couldn't even find anything to talk about, and they just start talking about football. Okay, but that's not what happened here.
Correct, because like obviously that group could be talking about a bunch of different other things and then also talk about the racism in football, which is more like, because like that's the thing, is he's basically taking one story of which could be, oh, it's a slow news day, we couldn't get anything else, let's talk about racism in football because it's occurring and it's, we got nothing else to talk about. But if you look at the whole year of media coverage, that's not the only story.
That's not the only story at all. So I mean, once again, I guess this is, like I said, another piece of the Matt Walsh puzzle that unfortunately is a very large piece of the puzzle of his content. And I haven't seen anything from this person, but it seems like he's like not very not much of an intellectual, or maybe he just remember this is I guess this is TV, so I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't prepared and he just wants to have it like I don't know. Because if your go to when you talk about racism is well, if we have to look at racism here, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's what I imagine a just an average conservative would say to pivot off of the topic and just hand wave it and say, okay, well, clearly you're reaching here, and there's this isn't a racist instance. This is just like look, there's so many black people in football. How can they be racist? Like literally, we had a couple years. Didn't one of the Cowboys owners or something get like lose his team for being racist or something like that, something to that effect? Or maybe that was the NBA.
Yeah,
Like,
there was an NFL team that was forced to sell because of he was it the guy who fuck I don't remember because there was the NBA team where the guy had the girlfriend who he was like just please don't fuck black guys in public, it makes me look bad. He said it in some old-timey man racist way and got shit canned for that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, like I'm almost certain Cowboys racism. We're American. Oh God. Okay, NFL. Fuck Jesus. We're Cowboys racist. I don't fucking know. Jerry Jones photo reels about the NFL. Jerry Jones apologizes for racial remark. Yeah. This was 2022. According to a lawsuit, what was the racial discrimination lawsuits? Black Lives Matter. The statement attributed to Mr. Trotter. Oh my God. Continue, please. Leave me alone. Pegula said Tuesday that I am horrified that anyone would connect me to an allegation of this racism. There's no place in our society I am disgusted by my name is associated with this complaint. If blacks feel some kind of way, they should buy their own team and hire who they want to hire. Yeah, that's racist. That was the owner of the Clippers, Donna Sterling. Okay. The one who told his girlfriend she can fuck blacks, but please don't post pics on IG with blacks. What the fuck? Yeah, it's just cringe, bro. Oh my God. Then people like this will just hop on shows and pretend like racism don't exist. Like, bro, maybe not in fucking Milwaukee because it's 100% white people. But if you go to, like fucking, fucking Virginia or fucking North Carolina, South Carolina, especially fucking Alabama, like these places have blatant racism. Literally, there was a man, wasn't there? There was a guy who like got chased through a fucking neighborhood for running, like going jogging, and he got fucking shot to death. Like, come on.
And in particular, this idea that black head coaches are being targeted for racism. Of course, I'm not the first person to point this out, but okay, if a lack of black NFL head coaches is a result of racism, then how do you explain a lack of, say, white defensive backs on the field? And how do you explain black NFL head coaches is a result of racism? Then how do you explain a lack of, say, white defensive backs on the field?
Right.
Okay, I don't know who's saying that. I don't know who's saying that. But I think the difference being to be a head coach, you just have to be a good coach. Whereas to be a good defensive back, there's a lot that goes into be a good defensive back. I feel like there's way more that goes into be a good defensive back than just knowledge of the game and ability to make sure your fucking offensive coordinator and defensive coordinators don't fuck you. And make sure your team is actually like doing what they're supposed to do. Like you have to be big, you have to be fast, you have to be strong, you have to be explosive. Unless you want a fucking lazy ass fucking defensive back that just continuously has your fucking defense get picked through by a quarterback. A lot of coaches are nepo hires. That's also true. But why the fuck, like, the racism against one group does not equate racism against another just by virtue of a disproportion of the amount of individuals in a specific field. Like, I wouldn't even say unless I see data support it, I wouldn't even say the lack of black coaches is racist. But unless someone shows me otherwise. But according to him, it shows not only racism, but racism on both sides, to black people and also to white people, in the fact that there aren't a bunch of fucking white defensive backs. And there are, I
I
think.
think isn't there like some hiring push where the NFL set up a rule for coaching that teams have to consider at least one minority or person of color or something? I feel like that was a story.
NFL staffs employed a combined 20 additional coaches of color at the start of the season than they did in 2022. That broadly means more opportunity, though the percentage of diverse NFL coaches rose just 1 percentage point to 44.3% because teams adding 30 coaching jobs. Because teams added 30 coaching jobs. Okay, so
Yeah. Okay. So,
so they
in
pushed for
2022, the
more.
league announced new requirements that all teams must employ a female or minority coach as an offensive assistant.
Or they have to hire.
And there's the Rooney Rule. In 2021, the NFL approved changes to requiring every team to interview at least 2 external minority candidates for open head coaching positions.
The hiring best by the Rooney Rule aims to increase the number of minorities hired in head coach, general manager, and executive positions. But it doesn't say. Wait. But does it say they have to do it?
They have to interview them. They don't have to hire them, but they have to conduct at least interviews of 2 candidates.
I don't see what's wrong with that. If you just interviewing them, imagine being that one chick there knowing exactly why you're there, right? I mean, unless you were, well, yeah, because even if you were a banging ass coach, but does it matter if you get the job? Who the fuck cares? This is like what I feel about affirmative action. People are like, I went to fucking school and I got accepted, but I didn't know if I got in, if it was from affirmative action or if it was from my merit. Motherfucker, if you know you did enough to get the goddamn position, you did enough to get the goddamn position. I mean, to get the get accepted. Now do your fucking work, graduate with honors, and fucking prove if that is not just fucking affirmative action. Or shut the fuck up and go to an HBCU. Holy shit.
So there is a downside though, which is what everyone else thinks.
But who
right?
cares what
so
everyone
like,
else thinks? Who cares? Name me one. Like
it matters though, because like, so my wife, so in Washington, affirmative action's been illegal, right? You cannot do most affirmative action. There's some like hiring stuff that you can do, but for college, it's been illegal for like forever. But so my wife went to school here, but everyone thinks that you're a black woman in college, you got in here from affirmative action, right? And that changes how people want to group up with you and all that shit.
No shot. People are actually saying, I don't want to group up with you because you might be an affirmative action recipient.
Yes. Now, I will say part of that is also because a huge percentage of the people here are Chinese, not immigrants, but, like visa students.
Yeah.
China's pretty fucking racist.
Okay, so they care. But then battle it back. First of all, you only got here because of your fucking your parents' money for donating a fucking wing or some shit. But meanwhile, I got here on my marriage, you bitch ass motherfucker, because it's illegal for affirmative action in this state. I don't know. I feel like that goes kind of with when we were talking about people having tougher skin nowadays. Because if
oh yeah, I mean that's the thing, is you still just got to tough it out. Like it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But the point is that it's like this is an effect of the policy that you got to think about when you're like if it was federally, because that's one of the things people just don't know, that it's illegal in Washington because it's legal in a lot of the U.S. And so people don't know that there's like different laws in different states. So.
But I still like if I'm going to school and I got accepted to the school of my dreams, I don't give a fuck if it's me personally. I don't give a fuck if it's affirmative action. I really don't care. Like I'm going there. I'm gonna get my work done. I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna fucking join the fucking workforce, and I'm gonna make money my way. I'm never seeing half of you motherfuckers ever again. I don't give a damn what you think.
I mean, for sure. Like, if you get a fucking black only scholarship, take that fucking money.
Yeah, like what's the literally what is the I because I saw a video. It was a Jubilee video. It was like, fuck was it? It was, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was conservatives versus liberals. It might not have been, or if it was people for affirmative action and against, or maybe that was one of the questions. Oh no, it was black liberals, black conservatives versus white liberals. That's what it was. Um, and some of the black conservatives were like, "Oh well, people get affirmative action, and you know, like when I went to school, I didn't know if it was due to my merits or if it was because I'm just black." Like, bro, get some tougher skin and stop being a little bitch. Who the fuck cares? You went to school, which is like, if we left it up, keep in mind, most colleges are going to do diversity hires. I mean, diversity admissions anyway, without affirmative action. But let's say that they didn't. Would you rather that college have gone, yeah, nah, we don't want to hire you. I mean, we don't want to fucking admit you, and give you literally no reason, but you don't meet the qualification? Because I feel like it would have been completely different if you didn't get in, and then you were like, why not? And they just say, well, you don't meet the qualification, or we've decided not to accept you at this time, and you would always think, oh, well, maybe it's because I'm black. It's probably because I'm black. When in reality, it's probably because you were a fucking dumbass. Wait. It's a lot easier to measure which candidate is a better DB than a better coach, so it's much easier to justify racist practice for hiring coaches. I mean, that's exactly.
Oh, because there's objective criteria for defensive backs, and there's
But,
coaches like, well, I feel like he's a good coach.
Right. But that's exactly what I said. Like, you don't have to, like being a DB. There's a lot that goes into a DB, and you can measure that on the field. Whereas being a good coach, you can fucking be a peewee damn coach, and then somebody can just go like, I believe in him, because you're just coaching. Did making affirmative action illegal make it easier for whites to get into college? Um, I mean, didn't affirmative action just become illegal? So I mean, I don't know if there would be any data on that so far, right? But
I mean, it depends, right? So like in Washington, we made it a law earlier, right? So like, and that's same in California. California, the thing I know for California, what happened, because they had it where it was illegal, then they made it legal, then it got overturned and became illegal again in California, and that was like I think 30 years ago at this point. And the one change that I know that happened is like the mismatch problem went down, which is still, I mean, it's debated. There's different studies that say different things on what actually happened, but one of the more consensus things is that students who would have gotten affirmative action into higher colleges, like higher caliber colleges, still went to like California schools, but they went to like the lower caliber ones. But that actually tends to be pretty beneficial to students because it makes you graduate at a higher rate. So like the Black and Hispanic graduation rate in California with affirmative action when it was legal was super low. And then when they got rid of it, it actually went up so that more Black and Hispanic students overall were graduating because they were getting into schools that were less, like more at their actual academic level rather than getting bumped up with affirmative action.
Do you think you can link
Which is
me
just like also a general advice.
Yeah, do you think you can link
of
me a
like,
study of that?
Sure, I can go try and find it.
Because I'm curious. Because it sounds like then the black people that are getting in based on their merits, and it seems like they were hiring individuals not based on merit, just because they needed to meet a diversity quota, and these people were failing out. But I don't want to make any assumptions.
Yeah, that's basically what was happening in California when it was legal, is that they were trying to meet specific quotas, and they couldn't meet those with the normal, like, I mean, it's the actual thing that Matt Walsh was saying earlier that like was real there and has nothing to do with fucking airlines.
There's basically none at this point, and are they being targeted for racism? So it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, 60% of Americans, I think, in the most recent poll I saw, are white, and yet they're not represented by 60% white players in the NFL or the NBA.
That's because the NFL. What the fuck is this question? What is this answering, bro? That's because people get picked for the NFL by coaches, by staff, by owners for their abilities. Now, how many? Hold on. If there's 70, if like, are we arguing that the NFL is racist against white people here because because there's more black people in the NFL.
Well, most American sports, but nobody complains about that. No one says, well, hang on, that's racist. No one would think that way, the other way around. And I admire these black coaches in the NFL who've stood up and went, no, of course it's ridiculous. It's irrelevant. All we care is how good the player is, or how good the coach is, or how good the executives are.
This shit moves like one of my streams too. This shit is about FAA's diversity push to hire workers, and you motherfuckers are talking about the NFL. Literally 5 minutes into, not even actually, it's probably started around here. Like 3 minutes into the video, you hopped off the fucking the actual title and started talking about something completely different. Let me find out Pierce is fucking copying me.
And that's and by the way, the reason why people don't complain the other way is that, of course, we know that diversify, diversity and inclusion, all these phrases, this is coded language, and what it really means is we have to make these things less white. But nobody wants to come out and say that. That's one of the reasons why you hear.
Are we talking about football still? Because if we're talking about the FAA, you can have people affected with all of those afflictions, all those deficiencies, all those disabilities, and be white. What the fuck? That is not like mutually exclusive. You think minorities are the only ones that can get can be disabled? Evidence from Proposition 209. Okay, Proposition 209 banned the use of racial preference in admission at public colleges in California. We analyze the unique data for all applicants and enrollees from the University of California system based and after Prop 209. After Prop 209, graduation rates increased by 4.4%. We present evidence that certain institutions are better at graduating more prepared students while other institutions are better at graduating less prepared students, and that these matching effects are particularly important for the bottom tail of the qualification distribution. We found that Prop 209 led to a more efficient sorting of minority students, explaining 18% of the graduation rate increase in our preferred specification. Further, universities appear to have responded to Prop 209 by investing more in their students, explaining between 23 to 64% of graduation rate increase. Jesus. The weirdest place I've found racism is racing. How the fuck can you discriminate on race? Just pick the motherfucker with the fastest lap time or whichever guy places higher.
So there are other papers that disagree with this paper that say that no, the effect is not from that, and if you redo the data or whatever in a different way, that it's actually there, that this didn't help minorities. So your mileage may vary on picking different, rebuttal papers to this one.
Okay. But race-based preferences were banned in California in 1986. The voters of California proposed Prop 209. Which stipulates that the state shall not discriminate against or grant preferential treatment to any individual or group on the basis. Here's another thing, right? I've always said, if you do something like affirmative action and that is leading to, people who essentially wouldn't be qualified for the university to get in, why not enact certain, I don't want to say policies, but certain, I guess, safety net policies, school policies for these individuals to learn better or get the help they need to stay in the school.
I mean, you can do that, but it's a change of where your resources are being allocated to, right? So it's like, are you going to allocate your resources to the physics department to make a new physics collider, or are you going to start funding these other catch-up academic programs for students who, aren't up to where the normal college level is?
I feel like if anyone can do it, is universities. They make so much goddamn money. You can get a new collider, and then on top of that, they get donations. So I think they can build that collider and also help their I'm not gonna say less intelligent, but less
educated.
Yeah, less
right.
educated or harder, like students who are struggling. They can help them out too. I guess not mutually exclusive. You could do both.
I mean, you can do both, but only if you have enough money to do both, right? And colleges don't have infinite money, right? I personally, for me, I think you just have to fix the education lower, right? So like if you look at like I think it's Boston schools where like none of the high schools there had a was it passing grade for math? Like no one graduated with an actual at grade level math.
Is this in college or in like high
No,
school?
in high school.
Oh Jesus Christ.
And that's the thing is like people are always like, oh, we just got to spend more money on, you know, education, more money on high school. It's like we spend like the fifth most out of all countries in the world on average per student. We spend shitloads of money on K through 12 education, and it's just I don't know if it's just being fucking stolen or what, but we get garbage for it in a lot of states.
I'll fix it next time.
Or maybe it was sorry, Baltimore, not Boston, Baltimore.
Oh, okay. I mean, but then that's also that could also just because of the living conditions in Baltimore. Like Baltimore is almost like a failed. Like if it was anywhere else, it would be a failed state. Baltimore math. But then
Yeah,
again,
but it's a
even
failed state which spends 32 fucking grand per kid.
really on what on schooling?
Baltimore spends like $32,000 per year, depending on, you know, different subsets of the school district. But
31% of eighth graders score below that level. This is in Boston. I mean, Boston isn't doing well either, apparently, because this is from 2022, October. But let me see. Baltimore. 13 Baltimore City high schools, 0 students tested. Holy shit. This is last year, September. 0 students tested participant on 2023 math exam. Holy shit. Well, yeah, if they're not fucking going to school, if they're not going to school and they're just in the streets, yeah, they don't fucking know. They're not fucking studying. The weirdest place I found racism is, oh, okay.
so where the fuck is that money going?
That's a good question.
Like, where the fuck are all these taxes going if nobody's in school?
Let me see. Baltimore tax allocation education. The 17,493 total spent per pupil is broken down to 1,482 in federal funding, 12,223 in state funding, 37,000 in local funding, and $85 in miscellaneous funding. The total budget for the Baltimore School District is $1.2 billion, 70% of which comes from taxpayer funds.
That figure's out of date. The latest figure is
That's
for
2021.
Baltimore's 1.6 billion.
Oh, so it went. Oh, Jesus. Price tag has come due. Let's see. Kerwin education spending takes toll on local governments. Local governments in our area are scrambling to find money to fund the blueprint for Maryland's future, also known as the Kerwin Plan. The massive increase in education spending is supposed to make Maryland schools among the best in the country, but someone has to pay for it. Why the fuck? Man, okay. I think the parents' income is the biggest determining factor in the quality of kids' education. Parents, nah. Because if your kids just don't fucking go to school, or they say they go to school and then don't fucking listen to their teacher, like I've seen videos of kids in majority minority areas, and I mean this is also takes place in like white areas too. But then they just don't listen. They don't like if you live in a gang controlled area, fuck school. I'm just sell a pack on the corner. What the fuck am I doing here? The importance of education within the culture is also a factor. Okay, but I think that overall, like African Americans have they have a love for education somewhat. I don't think education is like fucking like black people are allergic to education. I just think it's based on like your demo, like where you live. Like people in fucking in Philadelphia don't give a fuck about school. Same thing with kids in like in Newark. They don't give a fuck about school. That's because the people around them don't give a fuck about school. They don't tell them to go to school and do good. They tell them to fucking stand in the corner, hold this pack, sell it, and you can make money. What the fuck am I sell? What the fuck? I could sell drugs. That's easy math. But I'm not taking no math test for what? Where am I going with that? I didn't know about the Rooney Rule though. That's interesting.
you'll often hear them refer to not only diverse groups, but they'll talk about diverse people. We need a more diverse person in this role. Well, how can a person individually be diverse? Doesn't make any sense. Well, then you understand what they're really saying is we want a non-white person. They just don't want to come out and say that. And I think another important point that you brought up is that, you know, if we are obsessed with representation, if it is very important that every group be exactly represented in every industry that we look at, and I don't agree that that is important. I think that's an unworkable, untenable, unsustainable goal that makes no sense and it's totally arbitrary. But this is what representation would mean. Representation would mean that you have whatever your percentage is in the overall population, that's what you have in this industry. But then you find out that that's not good enough for the representation police, which is interesting.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Let's take a short break, Matt. I want to come back and talk about the Daily Wire's brilliant new comedy movie, Lady Ballers, which the title may give people
barely
a clue
talked about the
what
FAA.
issue this is about, but of course it relates to this ongoing furore around trans athletes in women's sport.
And he didn't say anything important, even barely
Oh my
talking
God,
about it.
It's from New York. It was a lot colder than it looked in that live shot. Matt Walsh is still with me. Matt, Lady Ballers is the brilliant new movie from you guys at Daily Wire. Let's take a look at a little clip.
Let's cut to the chase. I know you're not a woman.
Hey, you don't know how he identifies.
If you can beat them,
What do you know about the U.S. Opens for the Global Games?
You want us to compete as women. $5,000 prizes.
My lover says you were a great coach back in the day.
join them.
This is the way the world is now. My 8-year-old daughter told me all about it.
So a guy can become a girl with no physical changes at all.
Oh, that's called gender fluid.
I mean, it's a brilliant idea. First of all, why did you make it?
Well, I can't take credit for making the movie or writing it or anything like that. I play a relatively small role.
So this
in
is
the
a
film,
goddamn
and,
advertisement for his fucking movie. Okay, thank you very
I
much.
think my entire role is really just It's really just me being trolled by the director of the film. Is also CEO.
Isn't that what all the fucking celebrity interviews are anyway? Just, hey, come talk about your movie.
I didn't know he was a celebrity.
As possible. So I'm playing this this kind of left-wing hippie character who's also a big hugger.
How many
hugging people.
subscribers does he have?
But
Matt
I think
Walsh?
the reason why
Is he on YouTube? I thought he was on Twitter.
He's got 3 million subscribers on YouTube.
1.6 million on Instagram, and let's see, 2.6 million followers on Instagram. I mean on Twitter. Interesting. What the fuck? Reminder that this is what polyamory actually looks like in the real world. Jesus. Okay. Unhinged.
the movie exists is pretty simple. It's, number one, it's a really funny idea, and it's also it's the kind of movie that needs to exist. Like this whole concept of men competing against women in women's sports is absurd. It's ridiculous. It's laughable. And if this kind of thing was happening 25 years ago, there would probably be a comedy like this made about it. But these days,
yes,
well, they don't really make comedies anymore at all. But they certainly are going to make a comedy making fun of this. So we did.
And the truth is that it really takes the whole argument.
You know what's funny? I don't know where you land on this, Popog, but I think a movie like this could be made. I think they're getting off with the fact that they're saying that it couldn't be made. I think it could be made. Like, there's movies nowadays that still have controversy, and the controversy pushes the movie and make people go to watch it. I feel like this movie 100% could be made.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about this specific movie in terms of the
maybe not
actual
this-
movie they made
yeah,
because I
maybe
haven't
not
watched
this.
it. But the concept, I think, generally, and yeah, I think conservatives generally get off on the like, oh, you're censoring me thing. Like that's their big kink right now.
I mean,
I think it's
also
to me,
keep
it's
in
the
mind if this was reversed and it was something that conservatives didn't like say, a woman had a card that if she gets 5 abortions, the 6th one is free. They cause controversy too. They try to make it seem like it's a left thing. That's like, oh, they're so soft and they're pearl clutching and they don't believe, like, we can't even make jokes anymore. But if a leftist made a joke like that, you would lose your fucking mind.
Well, it's one of the things fucking Matt Walsh was like, you know, the Satanist monument that got knocked down in the whatever state capital.
There was a Satanist monument?
Yeah, so some Satanist group paid the money and whatever to get a statue put up in New Hampshire. I have no fucking clue.
Jesus, the Statue of Baphomet. What the fuck? This is location Massachusetts, Salem, Massachusetts. Maybe this isn't the right one. Oh, I spelled it wrong too. Sanatists. Satanic Temple, 10 Commandments, Monuments, unveils Baphomet statue. Okay, so there's one in Arkansas. There's one in fucking New Hampshire. I mean, not New Hampshire.
Iowa. It's that. I linked it in chat. There's this Iowa one.
Satanist Temple condemns vandalism of its statue by Christian military veteran. A real act of cowardice. There's a certain point at which we need some adults in the room to tell people what liberal democratic values are, what their value is, why we uphold them, what they're good for, and need to stand up for these values, or we are going to further degenerate into our polarism towards autocracy. What did he say? To act with compassion and empathy towards all. Yeah, that's their motto. What did this motherfucker say? Iowa's Governor Kim Reynolds issued a statement called the Satanic Temple display absolutely objectionable, but suggested it was a free society and should allow to stand. All those faith. How? Okay. Reynolds met
So anyway,
go ahead.
Matt Walsh made a video when this thing got defaced, and he was like, it's good, and everyone should go out and deface all satanic things, and I know it's illegal, but you should do it anyway. It was like, because he's fucking, and it's really funny because Ben Shapiro made a video as well about this, and they have like kind of weirdly opposite takes. They both don't like it, and it's funny because Ben Shapiro is still arguing that it shouldn't be protected by freedom of religion. And I think Ben Shapiro's argument is actually pretty convincing in that Satanism is not really a religion. It's more just like a club, but you still have free speech, right?
Wait, but why isn't it really a religion, though?
So his argument is basically that freedom of religion is not protecting an individual right in so much as it's protecting a collective community right towards a practice of worship, and that Satanism doesn't really have an actual practice of worship because it's essentially an individualist religion. That's not really a religion. It's kind of
Satanism has a E4K. Thank you for the follow. But Satanism has its own Bible, has its own tenets. I don't know what the fuck they are.
Yeah, but the tenets are all very like I don't want to do what you say, Mom. Like they're not real. They don't have like a real Sabbath or things like that, right? Like they don't have an actual set of rituals that they practice. They make up rituals as they go. So they like, oh, we're gonna make abortion a ritual so that we can do it now against your normal laws, right? Like,
okay, but who decides when a religion is like protected under the United States amendments? Or yeah, like who? Like,
I mean, the courts do, right? Ultimately, so it's
I guess technically,
it's an unresolved question for the courts. But the thing for me actually that I was like, oh, actually, it doesn't even matter if they're real or not because Matt Walsh is acting like they're real. True. Right? Matt Walsh, who's cheering on the destruction. Like, if you imagine Hinduism, right? Hinduism, a bunch of Christians were like, oh, they're devil worshippers, right? And that's why we need to protect Hinduism. That's why, because the Christians, like the whole point of doing these protections is so that the different religious groups can't make laws and shut each other out from the religious marketplace. And so the fact that Matt Walsh is trying to attack them in this way of like, well, I'm going to try and take their stuff away because they're really actually run by the devil, right? Like, I don't think they're a real religion, but Matt Walsh thinks they're a real religion, so we need to treat them as one so they can have their rights protected.
True. But I only say who like I wanted you to specify the courts make the distinction because Ben Shapiro going and saying, well, I don't think they're a real religion because of because blah 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 doesn't really matter. Um, I don't think they've ever really like gone and like appealed the Supreme Court to be recognized as a religion. But um, I mean, I think that's also weird that you have to like the appeal the Supreme Court or to be seen as
I mean,
a
some
actual
religions
religion.
are tax fraud, right? Like some people set up religions that are not real religions just for the purpose of like getting away with tax fraud, and those religions they have to make their or the same thing for was it a conscientious objector, right? So the Quakers, if you just say, hey, I'm a Quaker, and you actually get a letter from your Quaker pastor or whatever, it's like, yep, he's a real Quaker. You're immediately exempt from the draft, right? But if you're like, I'm a Quignog, and that's my religion I made up yesterday, and Quignogs can't go to war.
Yeah, but that would be one individual. Like I feel like there's I mean, how many people are Satanists in the world? I'm sure there's not just like 10. How many people I'm not gonna say recognize, practice Satanism. Pacifist guy, Satan cool ritual, 5 things you didn't know about Satanism. How many people in the USA have identified as Satanists? This is also Quora, so take your your mileage may vary.
Satanic Temple claims 700,000 people.
That's a good amount of people.
I think that's worldwide, though. I don't know.
Who serves Satan? What the fuck? Where are you finding that at? Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Satanism, medieval rituals,
The Satanic Temple. I'm on the Satanic Temple Wikipedia page.
Oh, am I not on that one?
No. Because you're just on Satanism.
700,000 plus. Where did they get that from? Satan Con. No shot there's a Satan Con. Poking at religion and government opens this weekend in Boston. This was in 2019. Bro, continue. Please leave me alone. Wait, oh no, this was done the picture. This was in 2023. Okay, so maybe there is 700,000 plus people. That's funny.
Satanic Temple shouldn't have to pay taxes. They're
And
501c3.
thank you for the follow. The Satanic Temple.
I mean, I guess maybe they do pay taxes. Even not having to pay taxes, you can still pay taxes.
If they
You can
pay
pay as much
taxes,
taxes
they
as you
should be
want.
recognized as a religion. I'm not paying no taxes if I can't be recognized in the United States government as a religion.
Well, if you are a religion, you don't have to pay taxes. That's the whole thing. You become a tax exempt organization.
As United States
And
corporation,
they,
trust,
like,
unincorporated or association or other type of organization exempt from federal income tax. But they are. Oh yeah, so they are. Wait, they're okay. They're a 501c3 organization. So they don't have
they're
to pay
exempt
taxes.
from taxes.
Yeah. One of the
But
type 29 types
they
of-
still can pay them. Being exempt doesn't mean you don't. It just means you don't have to pay. You can pay.
Should I go to the Satanic Temple website? You think that's gonna like? Am I immediately going to hell? Are you a liberal? I am a liberal. I mean, yes, I am a liberal.
He's
pamper.
a pansexual socialist.
Oh man, can't you tell by my bright pink shirt and my fucking and the fact that I'm a streamer in general that I'm a fucking commie? Satanic Temple aren't a religion. They're atheists who LARP as Satan worshippers. Perhaps, but not. I mean, I'm sure there's some sect of the. I'm going to the website. I'm sure there's some sect of them that are similar to that. The Samuel Alito's Mom Satanic Abortion Clinic. What the fuck? First thing you see, donate and grab your Samsa swag or Samson. What the fuck does that say? Samsack. I don't know what the fuck Samsack is. I guess it might be an acronym.
Samuel Alito's Mom's Satanic Abortion Clinic.
Oh, Samsack. Okay, yeah, it is an acronym. Press the shiny red button to see the goods that made our lawyers uncomfortable. fuck me. Should I press the button? There are conservative streamers. Oh yeah,
No,
you're
there
right.
aren't.
You're right. True. Well, I don't see them. I don't know where they are. I wish I could find them so I could debate them, but they're very I guess well hidden because I never see them. Or they just don't stream when I stream. The Satanic Temple, Empathy, Reason, Advocacy. I'm not donating. Fuck you. Demands Texas recognize religious right to perform abortion post Roe. Good luck with that. They don't recognize you as a religion. Satanic Temple versus Indiana. Our reproductive. This is all about abortion. Yeah, abortion access. The mission. Find it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel uncomfortable being on this website. If you're feeling adventurous as a conservative streamer who streams Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. If you're feeling adventurous, let's see.
Sounds like some fucking kink stream or something.
It does. If you're feeling adventurous.
Them and has cost them, I would argue, millions of dollars in the past. Now, this is not.
Javier Milei is base. Bill Clinton is child rapist. Trump 2024. Vivek VP and the border How the fuck do you have titles this long? I tried to do a title this long and it said no, you can't do it. No request today. Got to clear tabs. Then gaming. P.S. Let's go Brandon. Winter in Mississippi. End time. No request today. Got to leg day. Drunken nonsense. Okay, so this was 3 days ago. That 3 days ago was not Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Javier Milei is based, so this title does check out.
He literally has an IQ of 70. I know that streamer. Bob Marley, where you come from? I think all the old good Twitch conservatives moved to kick, probably. But then I saw somebody in a debate, might have been yesterday, and he was a conservative and didn't think the election was stolen, and he was fucking okay. Let me see this clip. This is a featured clip, so it got to be good, right?
Grumple, I love you. From the country that brought you innovations in war crimes, new and improved state-sponsored suicide. With features such as never seeing your family again, dying for free, and not being alive anymore, state-sponsored suicide is a great option for the sick, the well, the mentally ill, the mentally healthy, the poor. Not the wealthy, because let's face it, the wealthy fucking love life. Suicide by state. Do it today.
Jesus. So he just stole a joke from Futurama and posted it as a clip. To be fair, every conspiracy is actually true. Oh my god. All it took was horse cum. Okay, I'll give him a view. Oh my god. Never mind. Let me stop. What the fuck? Are you good? Oh, wait. Glock Stallions. What? Order semen, ordersemen.com. For breeding requests, please write an email to Glock Stallions. There's no shot this is a real website, right? Glock Stallions. What the fuck? This guy is whack. What the fuck? For breeding requests, order semen. Should I click it? Wait, about us first. Welcome to Glock. What the fuck? I wonder. Wait, I thought he was in a wheelchair. Holy shit! I was about to say. I wonder why he's in a wheelchair. Fuck the horse. The Glock Horse Performance Center is one of Austria's most modern equestrian facilities for self-confessed horse fanatic Gaston Glock. The planning and building of this exceptional venue was a dream come true. His vision was to create a state-of-the-art environment for the riders and horses that participate in national and international equestrian sports. Located in the southernmost part of Austria, the GHPC offers unique opportunities for events of this kind, in addition to luxury stables, 2 air-conditioned heatable indoor arenas, and a large covered dressage ring Fans of equestrian sports will also find. So it's equestrian. So this is just a equestrian.
It's horse fucking.
Yeah. Well, no, shut up. It's an equestrian facility, and on the side they sell a little horse cum if you want to get your mare fucking bred properly. The fact that it says ordersemen.com is crazy though. I'm clicking on it. Fuck it. Sperm bestellen.nu. Yeah, let's put that into English. I don't fucking understand Dutch. Dutch capital, Cape Coral. Oh, I guess this is the areas you live. What, muscle mass, up to date, eye ca- Are these are no, these are the horses. These are the horses. These are the names. Which horse were you looking at, guys? What is their pricing? Let's see. What's a good name for a horse? Muscle mass is a good name. He don't have a picture.
What is the quantity you buy this shit in? Is you buying by the liter or what?
Stud fee 1,000 euros. Stud fee for pregnancy is free. Stud fee total is 1,000. Care for mare. His winnings has been 229,000. His record is 110-7. So I'm assuming this is flipped because of Brit Bongs, and he's 110 and lost 1 and drew 7. I don't know what the fuck does that even mean. It's like in a dating website, meet an inmate. What the fuck? That is not real.
How do you draw 7 horse races? What the fuck?
I
You
don't
tied
know.
7 times.
So it has to be 10-7-1.
No, record has got to be. There's got to be like 1 minute 10.7 seconds or something.
Okay, you're right. This is his time. Prices are excluded VAT and including veterinary costs. Wait, am I buying the horse or his fucking cum? Additional information: full fee is $10,000. Price at immediate checkout.
Yeah.
He's a trotter. He's brown. He's 19 years old. He's 163. His stick size. What the fuck is his stick size? What the fuck? There's no shot that means his dick, right? Approved for unknown. What? Frozen. Okay, so obviously you don't want fucking. Obviously you don't want unfrozen cum coming to your house.
You don't want the warm cum? No. So apparently stick size is they use a measuring stick for like height of the horse.
Okay, I was gonna say holy.
So
shit,
it looks kind of like the. It looks kind of like the one that you measure in the doctor's office, but like portable. I don't know why the fuck they don't just say height, but
right. Shit, I ordered his. He got good genetics, bro. What you gonna do with it? You can't like. Do you have a horse? His family is unknown. Okay. Muscle mass. Below the achievements of muscle mass. 2 years, 7 starts, 7-0. Okay. 110-7 is his time. 196,000 and a world champion. His first series plus final American National Stakes. He came first in the series. He came first in Bluegrass. He came first in International Stallion. First in Review Stakes. First in the Hayes. 3 years, 5 starts. Wait, what the fuck is this now? First in Late Closer and first in Stanley Dancer Memorial. Ooh, they even have videos of muscle mass. Order sperm. Oh man, let me order that sperm, boys. Put that in English so I can understand what the fuck they saying. My account, EQ Vet. My data, salutation. Oh, okay. So I am Mr. or Brothers Partnership. Initials, first name, Infix. Okay. Last name, privately. Yeah, privately, man. I don't want you to know all that information. Postal code, Netherlands. No. United States. It's not here. What the fuck? They don't even sell it to our country. What?
Yeah, you can't export horse cum to the U.S. It's
Why the fuck not?
Biohazard.
Biohazard? Are you joking? Have you seen porn? Have you seen the first page of Pornhub? It's literally a biohazard. Like if I go to California, it's a biohazard. Yeah, muscle mass.
Well, if you go to California, it's horse cum. Horse cum is known to the state of California to cause cancer. So.
Mare is disseminated by EQ Vet. Send to myself. Yeah, send it to me, dog. Orders for today must be received before 5 p.m. What is that? Eastern Standard Time or fucking Netherlands time? To give it to me today. How will you apply the sperm? Sperm. The mare will bear the fruit herself. Send birth message. I accept terms and conditions. Oh wait, okay. I have to pick. Okay, so I'm Mr. My name is my first name is my last name is Yes, I want it to be privately. Street name.
You sure your name isn't Mr. Horse Lover?
Let's say Germany. Where's Ophelia when you need her? I got a horse semen
Seriously.
guy that charges.
She is
half-
definitely the horse come buying expert
She
too.
definitely
So
is. Holy shit! I hope she ends up seeing this VOD. Place. Mare name. Who the fuck cares? Stallion. I already picked.
yeah, but Bob Marley, do you have much experience buying horse cum? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's clearly a difficult process. All right, send. Wait, why can't I send? Oh, because I need to, bro. I need to put my own stallion. So I guess, man, this is fucking bullshit. I just wanted to know how much it costs and how difficult it would be to get it. But apparently it's just $1,000, 1,000 euros, about fucking $1,100 and some change. Pedigree, contact, photos, overview. How does it work? Become a supplier. What the fuck? Oh yeah, but you're German, but you don't live in Germany though. We literally cannot get it to you.
No, UK was one of the options for shipping. I think.
Was it? I thought it was just Let me see.
Either it was Poland, Netherlands, Germany, UK.
Netherlands.
I think.
Oh yeah, England. Yes, it is here. So let's just. I mean, I could just send you fucking sperm. Is that okay with you? If I send you sperm? I got a horse semen. Yeah, you did say that. Imagine if they did this, but with athletes. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Details. What did you have up? Meet an inmate. What? Hold up. Fuck horse sperm. We could get fucking our dicks wet from an inmate. Lady inmates. Wait. This is a whole professional shot, dog. Who the fuck is taking pictures of inmates in prison with their makeup all done, nails all done, looking pretty as fuck? Yeah, as long as I'm not paying. Hold on. Let's see some of these inmates. Oh my. Of course it's California and shit, though. No shot, bro. What? What we saying, boys? What we saying, boys? What we saying? What we saying? What we saying? Wood? What is she in for? Does it say? Hey, my name is Lana, but my friends call me KK. This is my first time in prison at 20 years old, but I've been going in and out of juvenile hall since I was young. I come from Orange County, which is located in South California. Wood? I ain't gonna lie. Wood. I am very shy, but once I get to know you, horse semen smuggling. Once I get to know you, I'm very easy to talk to. My release date is in March 2024. But I may be leaving to a program sooner. If you would like to stay in contact with me, you can message me on my Insta. Bitch, I ain't message you on Instagram. 6/12/2023. So she's only 21, or no, she would actually just be 20, right? Oh, hey, Bob Marley, that's your type. I mean, is she your age? Her highest education is high school though. Earliest release date 2024. Maximum release date 2025. God damn, I ain't waiting that long. Fuck that. Would you like letters from both sexes? What? Can you receive and send email, occupation before? Oh, she don't put anything. To verify all the information, click here. Oh, so you can find her, right? Oh, I ain't doing all that. She a bit younger than me, although I'm 16, so I couldn't go for her. Yeah, she is cute. But then again, like I said, this is a shitload of makeup. That's a shitload of makeup. What is her Instagram? CJRKK. CJRKK. Oh, that's not her. What the fuck? Um, is this her? If you text her, she'll respond. She doesn't have anything better to do. Facts. This seems more like a just chatting stream than a politics stream. Yeah, cause I'm hungover. I ain't gonna lie, and I really don't want to get into some crazy nonsense. This ain't her. This is not her. But also, sometimes we like to do some just chatting. To be honest, that's not her. What the fuck did she say her name? Her shit was CJRKK. That's what I put in. Becky. Miserable Pablo Torre. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't fucking see it. I want to log in. Well, I don't want to log into Instagram. I'm keep it real with you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't want to log in. Next. I did also do like a couple hours of politics. I feel like, oh my God, I feel like that would be the only one. Crystal Hernandez. They don't say what the fuck these women be in for. This is an old ass picture, you could tell. My name is Crystal. I'm looking for someone to hold me down and keep me entertained. What the fuck? Add me on JPay and secureustech.net using my DLC number 3. Bro, I ain't filling up your commissary. Are you good? Are you joking? You want a pay pig. You got the wrong person. Wait, date of birth 1987. 3. So she's 36. Earliest release date 2024, maximum release date 2025. These bitches all got the same fucking release date. Can you receive email? Yes, via secureustech.net or JPay. All right, let's check this out. Let's send her email. That shit would be wild. What the fuck? This a catfish? She's old as fuck. Yeah, she old to be on that shit, to be honest. What? What the fuck is this? Oh, wait. Oh, you can like Whoa, you can FaceTime them? Holy shit. Maybe we should do that. Oh shit. Wait. Can we connect to her? Receive a call today. Oh, okay, I'll see you later, Popog. What's up? Power Shave Shaver wait, what the fuck? I'm gonna just call you Power, brother. Like from Chainsaw Man. That's a long ass name, but what's up, bro? So you can call a 36-year-old person, but I can't call a 28-year-old person old. 36 is old. You pushing 40. 28 ain't old. You still in your 20s. The maximum funding amount is $50 per transaction. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't signing up for that shit. What the fuck is JPay? That was another thing she said, right? I'm not sending money to your commissary. This is politics, prison politics. I'm Iranian American. What's up? Find your incarcerated individual. State, she said Arizona, right? Arizona. Wait. Enter individual. What is it? The DC 351320. There she is, Crystal Hernandez. Or Christy. To continue, you must agree both to terms. Bro, I don't want to. bro, payments, terms, and services. But what can you do here? Like, can I contact her, or am I just gonna? I'm not. I don't want to sign up for this shit. Like this shit is too difficult for no reason. Should I sign up? Yeah, but relative to our age, 28 to me is like 36 to you. That's true. That's true. But 36 is unironically older. Like it's not even a fucking debate. It is older. Let's find another one because Crystal is letting us down. Plus, she old as fuck. Who's the featured ladies? Oh, these are the featured ladies. Santana. You might want to crowdfund this. It looks expensive. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. What we thinking? What we thinking? What we thinking? Before I give my opinion, I want y'all opinion. Because I give my opinion and people going to change their opinions. West Tennessee State Penitentiary. Santana Hunt. Mid. Best so far. It says new account. Best so far. I'm not blocking it. So I'm gonna keep it a fat stack, right? This picture, face-wise, cute with the makeup. Her eyes look so pretty. She has pretty eyes. Best so far, but mid. Yeah, this picture is like a crack whore, 100%. She looked like she does crack cocaine. 1996. So she would be 27. Height 5'3", high school diploma. She's another JPay head, man. Activities in prison: crochet, listen to music, read, watch TV, take classes. Okay, sure. Okay, wait. I want to see someone that's just fucking hot. Okay. Okay, now we're getting older. This bitch is 60, 62, 64. God damn. 26. I'm not seeing. I think the best was at the top, brothers. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody else looking pretty mid. I'm gonna start opening a few that I feel like could be relatively attractive. Where the fuck are they getting all this makeup from anyway? In prison. Taylor, 27. She look kind of crazy though. She definitely fucking crazy. Damn, it's a lot of them. Holy shit! I'm not looking through all this. It's hella bitches. Hold on, that was a guy. Oh no, that's not a guy. It looks like a guy though. Yo, is there a program in prison where you can just fucking become a goddamn like what the fuck? How the fuck are you doing this? Anyway, meeting inmates, smart detection. Holds messages based on your channel's moderation patterns. Oh, okay. Because you just joined and you posted. I'll allow it. Natalie from Idaho. Okay. Who is this one? Deborah. Nah, that ain't it. I am an intelligent, sassy 55-year-old Taurus with a unique mix of German, English, and Irish. I am a very spiritual person that connects to my energy through nature. I'm very optimistic. So she's crazy too. I'm very optimistic, hardworking, allergic to drama. I love almost anything outdoors: horseback riding, fishing, boating, jet skiing, swimming. Okay, I'm interested in men. I'm looking for friendship, pen pals, romance, or love. I want a long-term partnership with positivity, mutual respect, and full excitement. What the fuck are you in prison for? Why don't they tell you that? Wait, where is she from? She is from Minnesota and don't give a number. Oh, this is her number. I want to know what the fuck they in for. Minnesota. Let's go by the ID. Search. Okay, let's go back. Fuck is her name again? Her name is Deborah Anderson. Mrs. Anderson. Deborah Anderson. Wait, 2 R's. I don't need 2 R's. There we go. There she is. Incarcerated. So she's still in prison. Fuck me. Incarcerated as of 2022. Sentence date. Caseworker. Oh, she's a drug addict. She aided and abetted drug selling, I guess. Court file number. I'm not looking up all that shit. So she's a fucking drug dealer. Fucking A. Who else can we find? All right, let's go through these women. These lovely ladies. Oof. Taylor Chanel Bagneris. What the fuck? I exist on a higher frequency than most. Not really, you're in fucking prison. Taylor Chanel Bagneris. How the fuck you gonna put that in? You got like 8 names. No. Taylor Bagneris. How do you spell that shit? Bagneris. There we go. Oh, because I'm still in fucking Minnesota. She is in California. California. There you are. Oh my God. I don't care. Just let me find the bitch. Bagneris. Oh, that's why she has her first, last name, and middle name. Last name is required. Let's see if it finds her. There she is. She's on parole, or she's eligible in parole for in 2026. Holy shit. She's gonna be in jail for a minute. Incarcerated person consultation was conducted. Victims who would like to request notice, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but what is she in for? What is she in for? Victim service of family and friends. I guess they just don't show it. Parole hearing overview. Yeah, they don't show it. Fuck California. That's stupid. Fuck her. Where is the other one? I don't need to see no more of these bitches. She's done. Sheila Espinoza. Oop. You can tell so many of these are pictures from like 20 plus years ago. Yeah. When you find your wife on this, you're welcome. Sheila Espinoza. She ain't it. I don't want to look her shit up. Okay. Okay. She looks like she should be in prison. That tattoo in the center right here is trash, dog. That shit is trash, dog. But what we saying though? She's cute. I ain't gonna lie. Texas, Gabriela Torres. Oh wait, what the fuck? Did I delete it? No. Inmate locator. There it is. No. Fuck, what's her name? Not this one. Not this one. Not that one. Not that one. Gabriela Torres. Here we go. She's a white female. She don't look white. I'm not sending money. Visit a voice of concern. Call or email. Hold up. We could call her? Phone calls. Who pays? Ordinarily, the inmate pays for the calls, but in some cases, the receiving party pays. Email. policy on correspondence, sending packages, sending money. He sending her no money, dog. I wanted to talk. Give me the number. Restrictions, monitoring. Okay, but okay, so can I call? Is that okay? This shit is crazy. It's not letting me fucking decide whether I want to call the chick or not. She is kind of cute though. I don't know how the fuck these bitches taking these pictures. It's crazy. Where the fuck was she? Texas? I don't remember. All right, fuck that. This dude, I give him one thing. He sent me on a fucking wild goose chase. I give him that. But it seemed like his stream is fucking trash, dog. Fitness and health. Nah, that ain't it, dog. That ain't it, dog. Ooh, I ain't even mean to close that. Did we finish this video? Oh, we didn't. Oh my God. I'm fucking distracted.
On the pro-trans athlete side to its logical conclusion. You know, I've always, when I've interviewed politicians who don't want to speak common sense about this, I say, well, okay, so if you have limitless self-identity and anyone can say, I'm now female, what happens if Usain Bolt or Floyd Mayweather decide they want to be a woman? Would you be happier than competing against biological females in women's sport? And they always have to say yes. And it's always completely preposterous. Floyd Mayweather would kill women in a ring, and Usain Bolt would win the 100 meters women's Olympic final.
Hey, not according to old girl. What's her name? Fuck is her name? The female boxing undisputed champ. Fuck is her name? I forgot her name. Clarissa Shields. Yeah, she thinks she could beat any man. So she'd be fine, right? She could beat Mayweather, probably.
99 meters. I mean, it's an absurdity, which this film brilliantly lampoons, but is actually true.
It is true, which is why you don't have to work that hard to make fun of it, and you don't even have to exaggerate that much. You know, this is one of the things that actually, maybe it makes satire difficult these days, is that the reality itself is so ridiculous that it's usually in satire, you're taking something, you're taking the logic to an extreme extent to show how ridiculous it is. But in this case, all you're doing is this is what's actually happening in real life. And I think that what you said there is key, though. You said that they have to. You were talking to someone who supports men and women's sports. They have to. They have to go along with it. They have to agree to whatever absurd scenario you throw at them. And they really do. They have to.
But here's the thing, you don't have to, and this is why so many leftists get caught up in fucking dumbass conversations like this. You don't have to say, yes, you can put on a fucking wig and fucking be in women's sports, because you can't. It's not okay to do that. It's not fair to do that. It's such a nuanced conversation, but people try to boil it down to, yes, it's right, just because it should be right, but that's not the case.
I don't think they actually believe it. I think that the number of people who really deep down believe that it's fair and right for biological males to compete against females in sports, I mean, the number of people is vanishingly small. But on the left, they've basically boxed themselves into a corner, and so they have to defend this, and we should make them defend it.
Whilst simultaneously trying to pretend that they are pro-women's rights. I mean, that's the absurdity, because, of course, it's women's rights to fairness and equality that are being dismantled at this altar of virtue signaling nonsense.
And there are also the people that have claimed in the past to care so much about maintaining women's sports. I mean, that's what Title IX was supposed to be about. You know, people often accuse me on the left. They'll say, well, you don't even care about women's sports that much. You're just pretending. I never said that. I don't wake up in the morning worrying about women's sports. I don't watch women's sports. So in that sense, yeah, I don't care about it in that sense. But I do care about just what's right. I care about what's logical, what makes sense.
No, the fuck you don't.
I care about the kids that are involved in these sports and protecting them. So, yeah. But if you do pretend that this is something that's very important to you, then the question is why aren't you there? taking up
Right.
this.
I mean, I care because I have a 12-year-old daughter who's quite sporty, and I don't want her to, if she was to suddenly be very successful at some sport, in women's sport, I don't want to have her have a dream killed or a place in a team, or, you know, even you see it at Olympic level. You see women being deprived of an Olympic place, a coveted, glorious Olympic place by a biological male. That's just not right. It's not fair. It's not right. It's not equal. It's none of those things.
And you're also, I also would not want my daughter, I wouldn't want her athletic opportunities taken from her if she decided to get into sports. I don't want her to be in a position where she has to go along with something that is a total farce. Like that, it's just, it's wrong to put anybody, especially kids, no matter what the context is, to put them in a position where they have to, where they feel pressured to go along with something like that. And especially when the pressure is coming from adults. I mean, it's one thing when you deal with peer pressure as a kid from other kids, but in this case, it's the adults that are using their authority and their power to usher you along in this direction. I think it's just
utterly
totally
ridiculous. Now, I want to put two pictures up on the screen for our audience. These are both Calvin Klein underwear commercials. One stars a female model, and the other one stars the Bears actor Jeremy Allen White. And what is comical about this is that they both reveal a lot of flesh. In fact, the man reveals more flesh than the woman. The female one has been censored by the Advertising Standards Authority because it's overtly sexual, but the other one is apparently absolutely fine. I've seen this hypocrisy and double standard on these kind of things for decades.
Okay. This is too sexual. I'm gonna keep it real. This is an amazing shot. Whoever took this shot, c'est magnifique. But this is too sexual and this is not. I could see the hairs coming out of the fucking underwear. Also, this is just way more appealing to me though. People supporting trans people in sports are mostly cringe, but it's just as cringe for people like Matt Walsh pretend like their motivation for this is compassion for female. Yeah, but it's how they get away with being on the other side. They don't really give like two shits, but people will call them out otherwise. This is such a great shot. Holy shit. I'm about to print it out and frame it on my wall.
I've seen this hypocrisy and double standard on these kind of things for decades, Matt. Right? It's absurd, isn't it?
It is totally absurd. For that one, it's hard for me to even understand. I mean, usually when you have an absurdity like this, you can understand what logic they're going for, even if it doesn't really make sense ultimately. But in that case, I'm not even sure exactly what would their argument be.
Apparently,
he
the
got
argument
tripped
was
up when he
that
saw the picture.
ad
He couldn't
involving
talk.
FKA twigged.